Heat transfer, convection in the atmosphere. When you heat up a pot of water, what happens? As it heats, the water begins to bubble. Heat from the stovetop increases the temperature of the water at the bottom of the pot first, closest to the heat source. As the temperature increases, the density, remember we talked about this in class, the compactness of an object, the density of the water at the bottom of the pot decreases. When that occurs, the warmer and less dense water rises, just like we saw in class with the balloon, to the top of the pot, while the cooler and more dense water is pulled down to the bottom. Remember, the force that pulls it down is called gravity. This cycle of warmer, less dense water rising while cooler, more dense water falls creates a circular cycle of motion until the whole pot of water is heated. This process is called convection. Convection occurs in many different places, from a cup of hot chocolate to inside of the earth and sun. Convection also occurs in our atmosphere and can move in different directions. We will learn later about how convection under our Earth's surface can cause earthquakes and different natural disasters. With the sun being the main source of heat in the atmosphere, the same process of boiling water occurs with gases that make up our atmosphere. The ups and downs of air motion by convection transfer air from the Earth's surface upward. It also brings warm air from the areas close to the equator to areas farther away from the equator. These convection cycles along the equator are called Hadley cells. Convection can also be responsible for thunderstorms, ocean currents, cloud formation. So what are the forces that drive convection? The answer to that is heat and gravity. Remember, we talked about the two forces. One was heat through convection, and then gravity being the one that pulls down more dense objects. Recall that gases in the atmosphere, nitrogen, oxygen, etc., are made of molecules. As temperatures rise, the molecules spread out and become less dense. Gravity's pull has a greater effect on substances, liquid or gas, that are more dense. Therefore, the cooler the substance, the more dense it is, and the stronger gravity pulls on it. As that substance heats, it becomes less dense, and gravity's pull on it isn't as strong. This is how convection constantly occurs in a circular motion. Temperature increase equals density decrease. Substances rise. Temperature decrease, density increase, substances fall. As you remember in the balloon activity from last week, temperature increased on the balloon, the density decreased, and so the balloon went up. When the temperature started to go down on the balloon, the density then increased, causing it to be more compact, the molecules inside the balloon, and so the substance or the balloon fell to the ground.